Welcome back to the Pineapple Cakes podcast, where we talk about everything except pineapple cakes. I'm your host, Nick, and I'm here with my co hosts today, Sam and Frank.
Uh,
Hello.
And today we're going to be talking about questions about guys and girls that they are too afraid to ask each other. So we've prepared a list of questions uh, from each side, and we're going to ask each other.
all right.
Shout out to the internet for
Woo!
helping us with some of these.
Let's go.
All right, let's get started. Question one. Do you have to physically hold it in while you pee to help with directing the flow?
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
pretty curious about this. Like, is it like autopilot or where you can just direct it without touching it, or do you have to like hold it and direct where the pee goes?
it kind of depends. Like the first little bit is like a test, and then if like it depends on like a couple things, I think. So it's either how many streams there are, because sometimes it can like split.
Huh?
Yes. Yes. Sometimes it becomes two streams.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
yeah. So
It's the way
it's
it is.
it's just I've never thought about this at all, but like I guess it's just a thing. Yeah, it's not always like one line. It could be like two or whatever. So it depends on like if you're if there's multiple like strands, you have to kind of aim properly to make sure that it doesn't like spill everywhere. But also than that, it's like if it's like late at night and you want to keep it quiet, you have to
Mhm.
aim a little bit just to see where you hit,
Oh,
just
like
so
on the
that it
side of
stays
the
silent.
toilet.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So I wouldn't say like in general probably no if it's like a urinal. I just like it's nothing new or it's like nothing that I have to like
But I
think
will
about.
say, I think it's worst in the mornings. So what I usually do, okay, I can only speak as a uncircumcised male, but
Oh my
uh,
god.
you you move the flap, you know, you open the flap in order to aim it better.
Wait, I'm still stuck on the
The
stream thing.
skin. Oh,
Uh oh yeah, what about it?
Wait.
what
It's
about
just
it?
So,
like
like, does it split after, like, outside in the air, or does it split at the like, the beginning? Is it like due to
mm,
blockage, or is it like just like a physics kind of thing?
you know what? I
I
don't even
don't
know.
know. I
It
think
just is what
it
I think it's probably
splits at the
blockage.
beginning.
Yeah.
Like the
What?
slit is like a cat eye. Imagine a cat eye.
Huh?
So that's the slit that the pea comes out of.
Okay.
And sometimes it's like one stream, sometimes it's like two streams. I don't know why.
It just you
It
just
is. Yep. You just deal with it.
you just
Interesting.
roll the dice whenever you go
Oh,
and
and
whatever it is, you handle it.
if you use a urinal, you don't ever have to aim. Basically.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
What about the
It's too wide to miss.
splashback?
Yep.
The splashback of a
Like,
urinal?
yeah, like, is that a thing?
I mean,
Mm,
yeah. Yeah, it depends how hard, I guess, how much velocity,
yeah.
but
I
for
don't
the
I
most
don't
part,
have that
no.
problem because my pee isn't like a water jet. I've seen a friend who actually has a water jet. So I haven't ever asked them, but I have
Yeah.
seen them stand a little further away from the urinal.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting. All right. Question
So,
two.
There
wow.
you go.
All right. So, do girls ever have an equivalent of getting boners in public? And is it awkward?
I don't think so.
Well, I
Well,
don't know.
we don't
Yeah,
really
I wouldn't know.
we don't really have the issue of an organ growing in size on the outside of our bodies in public. So
But you
no.
still
Fair
get
enough.
horny, right? You just get horny and then it doesn't
I know,
affect
yeah,
anything.
I know some girls definitely like just randomly in the middle of the day will get horny and then start thinking about guys and stuff like that.
Hmm. Wow, we're not so different after all. Crazy.
I mean, but we get boners even when we're not horny, and I'm like, huh?
Okay,
That's
I guess that's
crazy.
true.
In the
I feel like,
mornings, dude. In the mornings, it just,
oh, that's totally,
it's just
yeah, okay, that's
yep.
fair.
And it's
Morning
like, huh?
wood.
Is it just like a lot of blood flow in the morning when you're waking up?
I guess so.
I
I've
guess
never,
so. I don't
yeah,
really. I don't know why. I
it
don't really
just
think about it.
is, you just wake up,
Yeah.
oh, hello, and then, after a while it just shrinks again.
Interesting.
It hinders the ability to pee. The boner.
Yeah. Nick eloquently described it in the last question.
Yes.
Wait, so if it's like, oh shoot, hold on. Okay, we're back from a brief intermission.
Call it a toilet break.
Yeah, sure. Quick toilet break. All right.
If the toilet was a fire.
There's a fire alarm.
Yeah.
Back to the question. Answer is not really. It's not awkward. We don't.
Oh,
It's not really
right.
a problem.
Question
Right.
2.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. Moving on to question 3.
Here we go.
What is the bare minimum you think girls should be able to provide in a relationship?
Ooh.
Because I know for guys, there's a lot of expectations. Like, maybe you have to drive them around. Maybe you have to be the one taking them out on dates or paying for dinners. Maybe you have to do this and that and this and that. There's just a lot that many girls expect from a guy, from their boyfriend in a relationship.
Right.
What do you think a girl should be able to provide for you? Like, what do you want your girlfriend to like do for you? That's considered bare minimum.
I feel like I'm walking on eggshells, but let's see. I think to some degree, like they can't be entirely financially dependent on the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's a fair bare minimum. Like maybe that's not bare minimum, Like
I think that would
putting
create more problems
what?
if they were to financially depend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think I don't know, but then like stay-at-home moms are maybe technically dependent on the husband, but that doesn't make them like a bare minimum.
I
And
don't
this,
think there is a bare minimum.
yeah, I think it's really just what you're willing to accept and not accept.
Interesting.
But that's such a I don't know.
I've heard that for some guys their minimum is like every couple of dates like offer to pay for once. And then like
Oh,
make sure you compliment your guy. Like that's just
yeah,
basic things they want from their
okay.
girlfriend.
I
Okay.
guess they would. I guess yeah, bare minimum would be like
Yeah. Yes.
the most basic stuff, like just liking your partner. I guess.
Yeah. Taking steps,
Yeah. Okay, we'll
in
go
the
with that.
relationship. Yeah. Okay.
Make sure you like whoever you're dating.
All right, next question.
Yeah. How bad do periods actually hurt? Do you plan activities around your period?
It varies a lot. Period pain, I think, is hereditary. Like for example, for
Oh,
my mom,
really?
yeah, for my mom and I, it's barely anything. We barely feel a thing. But for other people that I know, it's pretty bad. Like they need to take Advil or they can't function throughout the day. And for some girls, I know period pain is so bad that they literally can't use their legs anymore to move around because of how bad the pain is. They can't
Oh my
walk and
God.
get up. And Advil is not enough to restore their functions. So it really depends.
And this
Yeah.
is like a quarter of the month, like a quarter, or like not even a quarter of the month, a quarter of the year. You're just like shot.
Yeah. It really depends though. I know for some girls, and myself too, period cramps only really happen in the first couple of days. Like maybe the first
Oh,
like first day,
Mm,
second day, maybe third day, and then it just stops hurting altogether and like you just don't really get it. And
okay,
for
that's
other people, it might be the entire span of the period.
yikes.
Yeah.
that is,
Like
wow.
I've seen those videos where it's like, oh, test out how bad it is with like this
Yeah.
machine or whatever for guys,
Yeah.
and they just collapse. And I'm like, yikes! I like, that can't be like every girl, right? Like,
Yeah, it's not for most people it does hurt. It is quite uncomfortable. There are
damn,
like some very few, I think. Like my mom and I were definitely in the minority in
just
terms
built
of period
different.
pain.
I mean,
Just
also, I can't ever
Still
imagine how much it would hurt for childbirth. It's just
Bruh.
Oh
And
yeah.
people who want like multiple kids,
yeah,
man, that's
it's like
crazy.
oh
Oh, holy. Could
Yo,
never
you know what the
imagine.
pain is the first time. Why would you go through it again? Oh,
Oh, there's
oh.
actually a thing about that. Like, I can't remember the exact article, or maybe it was like some Instagram post or something, but
Mm.
apparently after you give birth, like despite how painful it is, your brain kind of rewires it so that you want to do it again. Like you don't really remember the pain as much and you instead remember like happy moments.
Yo, your brain is
really?
like
Yeah.
abusing,
Yeah.
abusing that relationship.
I think that's one of the few things that make women like feel okay with giving birth again. Is probably that whole rewiring of the experience to take away a lot of like the bad memories that happened.
Yeah, oh my God, that's crazy. I could
Yeah,
never. I don't think I could
I
ever.
don't
I
know.
mean, yeah, that scares me to my core.
Yeah, it's definitely not fun. Oh, for the second question, do you plan activities around your period? Not really. Well, in some ways, like if you're a swimmer, obviously when you're on your period, you're probably not going to go swim, right? But if it's for regular dry activities, uh, you don't plan it around your period. You might plan outfits, so you're not going to wear like white pants or a skirt, because if it drips down, like it's going to be very visible and embarrassing, right? Um, if your period is coming and you have really bad cramps, like it's just a normal thing for you, I imagine you probably wouldn't agree to any strenuous outdoor activities. But
True.
in general,
Mm,
you don't plan activities around your period. You kind of plan outfits and stuff. At least from
Mm.
my experience, that's what happens.
Alright,
that's fair.
cool.
Next question.
Right. What are some normal behaviors that girls do that secretly make your heart melt?
Man, you're
Hmm.
asking me to go deep and
Is
think about, like, really think about it.
there nothing off the top of your head?
Cooking.
Sure, he just wants people to provide for him.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Um, what are some normal things? I don't know. I think if you want to talk about like specific like behavioral things, I like it like when girls play with their hair or something,
Mm,
or just like stuff that they don't think about doing, like just subconsciously, or like when they're studying and they just like I don't know, or thinking I don't know
I see, I see.
No.
stuff like that. But like if you want to talk about like an activity, uh, any like musician or stuff. I like people who are like really creative. Creative stuff
Mm.
is like something that I think is really cool. Yeah.
I I'm sticking with the cooking. I actually just cooking,
They cook.
not anything else.
The more I do these podcasts, the more I'm convinced Nick just wants to be a sugar baby and just wants to
Whoa,
be
Bruh.
taken care
whoa,
of.
whoa.
Why are you saying whoa, whoa, whoa? Why like we don't have a mountain of evidence at this point?
Oh my.
Valid
Bruh.
though.
Yeah, when we go to court and all your defenses is whoa, 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 and we pull out episodes 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Man.
Okay, next question.
Why do women go to the bathroom in groups? It is literally, yes, the last place I'd want to go with other people.
It's something you don't really think about, but if I had to give an answer, it's probably safety in numbers. Because when you're out in public and you like leave the group as the girl alone, it's just safer to go with a buddy. And then also it's less hassle. Like instead of everyone taking turns going to the washroom, you just go together as one.
Less
It is
hassle.
it is
But
different
aren't
for
you still taking turns in
it's just like
bathroom?
you're all sitting back down at the table like at the same time versus one person
Oh,
leaving every single time.
Oh,
And also it's like it's different for girls because we have our own stalls and we can close the door, right? But for guys, don't you normally just stand beside each other?
no, no, no. The stalls are in my personal opinion, the stalls are the worst part of a guy's bathroom. If I need to take a
oh
shit,
my goodness.
I I hate it so much. Just like I will literally wait for people to leave the bathroom
Uh,
because it makes me uncomfortable.
Oh,
it's
well, I don't
fine.
go that far.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Okay,
it's
I'm just a little bit weird.
our washrooms tend to be pretty clean, so it's not really an issue. And plus, after you use the washroom and you wait for your friends, you can like chat and maybe top up on your makeup, clean up any, I don't know,
Oh, fair.
Oh, I
stuff.
think we just keep to ourselves.
Guys don't really know how
Uh,
to flush.
yeah,
It's like
it's
Yeah,
one
yeah, no, no, I don't want to talk about it.
it's just one of those things you either pick up or you don't, and apparently a lot of guys just don't.
yeah. Main
Okay.
answer, safety in numbers probably, and then it's like a nice place to just socialize and chat after you're done and waiting for your
That's
friends.
That
crazy.
is
It's a
crazy.
nice place to socialize.
Like, I
Socialize.
mean, in the really nice places, like really nice restaurants, the washrooms tend to be really fancy. And some people, you can
That's
like take
fair.
photos in there too with your friends because the lighting is great.
All right, next time, Frank, we're going in
I'm not
to a
taking a
restaurant.
photo with you in the
We're gonna take a
bathroom.
photo
I'm
together.
not taking. Some guy's gonna walk away from the urinal or from the stall and be like, "What the fuck are you two doing?" I don't want to go through that.
Next question.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Are balls completely squishy like stress balls? Could I grip a pair and squeeze it like stress balls?
Please don't. Yep,
Honestly, this gives me a mild panic attack from just reading it.
it
This
will hurt a
is
lot
horrifying.
for the guy.
Don't just like as a general like PSA. If we had more fans and everyone could hear this, this would be the one thing. Do not ever do this.
Is it really really sensitive? Like can you feel just the
Yeah,
slightest
Yes,
touch in any like location?
yeah.
yes.
It is. It's like whatever torture the CIA have come up with. This is worse. Like it's emotional, physical, and just pure searing. Yeah.
It's so
Yep.
interesting. Like I wouldn't imagine such a useless organ to have so many like touch receptors.
What do you mean useless
What
organ?
do you mean? You?
Okay, but like you know how your hands like
Mhm.
having sensitivity in them is super important because you want to feel very slight touches like texture and stuff.
Oh,
But
okay, yeah.
for
You're
something
not
like
rubbing your balls
this,
on everything.
yeah, it's like the function is mostly internal. It's not like you needed to physically be able to feel stuff. Like I don't understand what the evolutionary like advantage is to having a lot of nerves there.
Maybe it's part of the stimulating, the whole area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so.
Interesting.
Don't squish them.
More
Just
options,
like
more options to play with.
I don't know, flick them or something. I don't know. Just don't do this.
All right. What I'm learning from this episode that if I want to hurt a guy, I just gotta kick them in the balls.
No, 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 no. That's not the lesson. That is literally almost the exact opposite lesson I want you to learn.
All right, number 8.
Oh my god, Nick, do you want to take this one?
Sure. Do girls check out guys' asses, bulges, or cowls? Or
Cows?
what part?
Mm,
Cows?
for me,
Calves.
No, cows. Not
Okay.
cows. Not calves.
I
Okay.
know. Oh, okay. So I know some girls who definitely like will stare and drool like over
And
like and just
drool.
like
And
literally
draw.
like just like stare nonstop at a guy who maybe is showing his abs like on a beach or something. Like there
Oh, right,
are
abs.
yeah, there are some guys, some girls who will stare at that because they find it very attractive. Um,
Oh, no.
for me, like if there are a lot of instances where I'm on the bus and I'm like sitting down on the chair and my eye level is just at like a guy's butt or their bulge, and like I'll have to pull out my phone to avert it. But it's not really intentional. It's just sometimes if it's in front of you, like and you just see it.
Mm, fair.
Some girls do like to stare at a guy's butt. I've
Okay.
heard like some girls like to like just stare at it because they find it really attractive or something. I don't know. Um,
Punta. Sorry. Okay.
for me, I like looking at like the proportions of guys, like how long their neck is, and then like their shoulder width, and then their arm length, their hand finger length, that stuff like that. But I also look at it for girls too. It's sort of like a universal thing because I just
Mm.
like I like think about it in a sketching sort of point of view. If I want to sketch it, there are like certain dimensions that make it prettier. And it's just interesting looking at them on like a real human. But
Sounds into like phrenology kind of thing.
Oh,
um but yes, girls do check out your butt, your I think shoulder width. Some girls like to check out like the biceps and arms, stuff like that. I don't
Mm.
know about calves. I don't think that's really
I kind of skipped abs and went straight to calves for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah. That's just what I know.
That's fair.
Next question. As a guy, what's your take on guy best friends? How do you tell if they're just waiting for an opportunity to get with a girl or if they're genuinely just there as a friend?
Oh my gosh. Well, from personal experience, I feel like I'm closer with girls in general than guys. Like as friends go, like I have a lot more friends who happen to be girls.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, like I don't really think of them as like sexual targets,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes
well, I just
sense.
don't think of them at all. But I don't think I
Oh my
would
god.
count.
What? Like yeah, I guess kind of just it's never really kind of sprung up, but for the most part it's just yeah, it's a completely separate thing. But I don't think that's the case with everybody. I think have you ever seen Matt Rife,
Mm-hmm.
this comedian from
Yeah.
Wild and Out? He's talked about this before,
Uh,
and he makes the joke that yeah, there's no way guys and girls just can't be friends, and that
mm-hmm.
guys will just wait just to see it. It doesn't make any sense,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes they'll just do it, or they're both ugly for some reason, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't agree with that, but check him out. He's pretty funny. But yeah, I think guy best friends can definitely exist.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you tell? It really depends.
I
I
don't know.
think guy best friends will generally be a little bit more or less flirty, I guess. I think there's if they're trying to be more, they'll always have like a kind of flirty energy, but if it's just best friends, they'll just be like sarcastic and kind of annoying with each other. It's
I
like a
see.
almost like a brother sister kind of vibe.
Mm. All right.
Wow, I talked way too
Yeah,
much there. Sorry.
Any input?
no, I
Yep.
agree. I just give people benefit of the doubt.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay. Next question.
until they prove me wrong. All right.
What is a piece of advice you see men give other men about women that is just completely bewildering?
Wait, is this
I guess this is for girls.
you see men give other men about women. Oh, I see. Okay. Took me a while to figure out. Okay, give other men. Uh, I don't know. Do you guys have examples?
What do we even give other men advice about?
Um, okay, I feel like there have been a couple instances where my friends, like my guy friends, give advice to each other when like one of them is gonna go out on a date, and I strongly disagree with a lot of the advice that is being said, but I can't like pull it off the top of my head.
That's
Um,
fair. I think sometimes there's like maybe some like pickup lines that they think will definitely work.
I think pickup
Uh,
lines are kind of enough red flag, unless
really?
it's like unless it's something that's said on the spot, so it's more like a charisma sort of thing than like a planned pickup line.
Right.
Like if you're witty and you show it, that can be pretty attractive. But if it's
Mm,
obvious that you spent like 30 minutes thinking about when to say it to try and pick up the girl, then it's kind of a turn off.
mm.
Um, okay, I'll think about more first date stuff because I think that's when guys tend to give each other a lot of advice.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, there's some pretty obvious things like show up on time, be clean. do your hair, um, like
What
make sure you
people
don't
shouldn't.
smell bad. But I don't.
That
These
stuff is
are
bewildering.
no. These are normal things. Let me
Oh,
think of like bewildering things. Don't. In most cases, if you want like this to work out, try not to touch the girl during the first date.
oh, right, okay.
Mhm.
Like just
Like
stay
no physical
away.
contact.
No physical contact. Maybe if they offer like a handshake is great, but be respectful of boundaries, especially on the first date. Don't listen like if your friends tell you to go for a kiss at the end, no. No, do not. Do not.
Yeah.
Not unless like the girl has been showing
Or like the signs of she
yeah,
wants.
like she like wants to hold your hand or something throughout the day and you guys are really connecting and this just seems like the trajectory it's going into, then yeah, that's
Right, right.
fine.
Mm.
But if this is like if you're taking this seriously, avoid physical contact on the first date, I would say.
Fair enough. So like feel
Um,
it out. Don't just
yeah,
force it.
yeah. What other advice?
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know what kind of advice men give other
I
men
don't
to
give.
begin with.
Is there
I
any like
wouldn't say I have given other people advice.
has there been any texting advice?
I guess so. I think I'll tell people like, or people will tell me just like be super straightforward, or like don't play games and just kind of say what you want.
Oh yeah.
But I
Don't
guess
treat it
like
as a game. Do not treat it as a game.
yeah. But I guess that's just good
I
advice.
feel like that's just general advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I definitely have heard like guys give each other advice where you like put out bait and stuff and treat it as a game. Don't treat it as a game. Just be
Oh yeah,
straightforward.
like drop this hook and see if they catch and just
Yeah.
do something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't just, try and get to know the person, ask interesting questions, and then be straightforward. If they're not reciprocating, then just get out.
Fair.
Like you don't want to entertain a girl who wants to play games with you because you're offering yourself to be played. So just be straightforward. If they're not responding, then take that as like not worth your time.
Mm. Sam's a modern day philosopher.
All right, next. What are the biggest icks or red flags that you see in girls?
Mm. Biggest icks or red flags? I think the biggest one by far is when they're kind of emotionally abusive. I guess one of the okay, I guess we can go back to the thing where it was like what is the most bare minimum you could have in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
If the girl never ever like compliments you in any way,
Oh,
or like it feels like they don't like you
oh,
and are just there for like
yeah,
dependency issues,
yeah.
that's by far I think the biggest red flag. Like you get into a relationship to have like an actual connection with that person.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that they just kind of use you and emotionally abuse you is, oh, that rhymed,
Mm-hmm.
um, is to me one of the biggest ones.
I see.
Well, I don't know if this is the biggest, but I just like people who communicate
Mm-hmm.
um,
That's true.
clearly what they want and what they don't want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want people dropping hints. It's not.
Uh,
Oh my god, yeah.
That's like, yeah.
any
I think that's the
others?
biggest. I mean, the red flags. It really depends on the situation and the context.
Yeah.
Things like always like it depends on the relationship too. Always making one person pay is
Mm-hmm.
kind of a red flag, but it really depends on the context. Um, I don't know, not sharing enough interest. I mean, some people don't share interests and they make it work, but personally, I don't see how that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, I guess the classic one is how they treat other people
Mm-hmm.
and how they
Mm.
interact with your friends. Because if they don't like your friends, it's not necessarily like a bad sign for your relationship, but it's kind of like you have to be two different people. Like you have to be who you are with your girlfriend, and then you have to be who you are with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's hard to interact the two, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Hmm. Interesting.
feel like I just kind of rambled on. But yeah.
That's fine. Anything to add, Nick?
No, not really. It like
He's not
again, it
communicating. That's a red flag.
communicating. Yeah, like other than the communicating thing, I think just general, you know, there's general red flags that you avoid, and it's not specific to girls.
Mm, okay.
What makes a guy attractive? And I guess the same question. What are the big icks or red flags?
Mm, there's no universal answer because it varies a lot, but some common things that girls are attracted to are height, um, definitely personality. Like for me, I find people who or guys who treat their mom like really well, pretty
Mm,
attractive, and people who are like really polite and clean and careful.
mm,
But I also find
Mhm.
that attractive in girls too. So I don't know, maybe it's just kind of like an attraction kind of thing. Stuff like the way you smell. If your BO like is not
no.
taken care of and I'm smelling that at any point in my relationship with you, like as like a stranger, as a friend, like that's gonna be a major turn off. And I'm gonna
Or
remember that for a
Oh,
long time.
after a sports
So
date, they kind of sweating.
oh
The
yeah, so
relationship's over.
like after if you just worked out and like you're not smelling that great and I know you just worked out, then it's fine. But
Okay.
if you're dressed and we're hanging out, like maybe you haven't worked out that day at all. And you're
And you
not just
just
coming out of
smell.
the gym and then I smell BO, that's a major turn off. Major, major, major turn off.
Fair enough.
Uh
mm,
on the opposite like end of the spectrum, guys who smell nice, like more or less consistently, that makes it like fairly attractive.
Mm,
Yeah, because
mm.
like your nose isn't just being assaulted every time you're hanging out with them, which is great, you know? Like you smell something nice, it makes spending time with them more enjoyable.
sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Fair.
But is the smell just like from, I don't know, cleaning regularly, or is that?
no scent is better than scent.
No
Nice
sense.
scent like cologne
Mm-hmm.
is better than no scent if
Oh,
the cologne actually smells nice. Like if it's too strong or overpowering, then it's gonna be a turn off as well.
that's hilarious. Just all the work to not smell
Yeah,
bad, and then puts on
and then
bad
it smells
cologne and
worse.
instantly ruins it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But
Wait, what's
it's kind of hard to mess up on cologne, I feel
that is true.
like. Yeah.
Wait, what's the thing about height? I don't necessarily get
Yeah.
it. Oh, I sound
So
petty. I sound petty AF.
oh
I am also.
okay. So context, some girls like definitely take height into consideration when they're looking for a partner. They just don't
Mm,
find people who are the same height as them attractive. And like maybe you're like
sure.
5'10" as a girl. You're not really gonna find a guy who's 5'6" very attractive, right? It makes sense. Some girls are gonna be a little more shallow where like they're maybe like 5'2" and they only will date guys who are 6 feet and taller. And it's just like a
Mm,
very superficial, shallow kind of thing.
mm.
Um,
Mm.
yeah, that's it's a red flag for I think it's a red flag personally.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Um, for
well,
me,
that definitely cuts both ways.
yeah, I guess like as a short person, I know that a lot of people who are my height also have similar like similar points of views where like, your expectation is that they're just taller than you because you're already so short. Like you don't want to date
Mm,
a guy who's shorter than you when you're like
Mm.
already so close to the floor, you know?
because they would be classified as like scientifically a midget.
Yeah, like you don't really want to date someone who's shorter than you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And
Some
it's definitely just a superficial thing, I guess, because it's not like guys don't do that either.
yeah. Like would you want to date a girl who's taller than you?
I mean, I wouldn't mind, but I
I
meant like
wouldn't care.
superficial and the like things like weight, uh,
Mm.
like size of breasts or whatever. I don't know, stuff like that.
I feel
Yeah,
like
I
Like,
would be
yeah.
superficial, but like I don't think height would be one of those superficial
Yeah.
things.
I
yeah,
feel like if you have superficial expectations, you should expect to date guys who also have superficial expectations like of you.
yeah, yeah,
I
one hundred
think it's
percent.
fair. Yeah.
It just kind of cuts both ways.
Yeah. Okay,
But in
moving
general,
on.
like,
Yeah, sorry.
oh
Go
yeah,
on. Go
no,
on.
in general, like things like that just seem kind of like they, yeah, I guess they seem like red flags. Like the
Mm,
shallow things, like dating people only for shallow reasons is
mm-hmm.
not really that my deal, my
Yep.
vibe.
What are some big icks and red flags? When they don't treat their parents well. I think that's a pretty big one. Another one that really annoys me is when they talk badly about their girlfriend or make fun of her when she's not around, like to like his friends maybe. That pisses me off so much.
Not like just silly banter, just like straight up insulting them.
Yeah, yeah, like when you talk badly about your girl and make them out to like be like this clingy person or this bad person and you're just entertaining them to make yourself look better,
Bruh.
it's
Bruh.
it's such a red flag.
Do you even like them at that point? What the
Yeah.
heck?
Other red flags, obviously like body odor,
Yeah,
keep that under control. Um, if their car is dirty, that's one thing that,
really.
yeah. If
Really?
someone has a really messy car, as someone who grew up with like parents who own messy cars, it's such a big turn off. Like if there's crumbs everywhere on the floor, you have like a billion things on the passenger seat. You're
Like, is the messy car the inside of the car,
the
or is it
inside
like
of the
dirty
car.
outside of the
No,
car?
no,
Okay.
outside doesn't really matter all that much. It's like more so the inside. Like, do you keep it clean? Are you a messy kind of person? That matters, at least to me.
Hmm.
Mm.
I guess another red flag. This is just me, but if you don't like put any effort into your appearance, like if you don't really take care of yourself and it shows, that's a pretty big red flag. Like, I know a guy who used to only wear a basketball jersey and like shorts 24/7, like all year round, even in winter, and it was a huge turn off. Because not only did it not really look good on him, it just looked very sloppy.
Damn.
Hmm. Hmm.
What team was it though?
I don't remember, it's just a blue jersey.
Oh, he doesn't even have a. He doesn't wear a team. It's just a blue jersey.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Not
Sorry,
worth
Maggie.
remembering. Not worth
I
remembering.
tried to
yeah.
save you.
Like you don't have to be extremely well dressed as if you just came out of a fashion magazine. It's more like just wearing clothes that fit you properly, um, and look like decent. Like it's a shirt and a shorts can look pretty nice on a lot of people if they fit, and if it's like a I don't know, like a decent color scheme and stuff like that. You don't need to go all out and buy, I don't know, a really nice expensive jacket and then like a belt and then like a watch and stuff like you don't need to go all that far. It's just keeping clean and like knowing how to dress yourself appropriately
Hmm.
is
Mm.
a big make or break, I'd say. Other red flags. When they don't prioritize their girlfriend. This might be a pretty controversial opinion, but I think when you get into a relationship with someone, you can't really have the same life you did before. Like, if your girlfriend is sick, or maybe she really doesn't feel comfortable with you doing something, as her boyfriend, you should take that into consideration. And you should, like, really care about it. Like, if she's not comfortable with your friends um, and she maybe doesn't want to be around one of your guy friends because he's like made her feel uncomfortable before, you don't
Mm.
let that guy around your girlfriend.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. And then if a girl is really uncomfortable with like one of your female friends and does not really enjoy it when you spend one-on-one time with that girl, then you shouldn't really like spend one-on-one time as frequently or at all with that girl anymore. Like it's fine to hang out with her in groups and stuff, but you should limit your contact if that like girl makes your girlfriend uncomfortable.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. What else?
Damn.
Yeah,
It's,
it's just
yeah,
like
it's a list.
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
like, yo, she's taking it out on everybody. Everyone can catch these hands.
Yeah, I mean it's the
Everyone can
same
catch
thing.
this.
Like I feel like personally as someone like in a relationship, if there is a guy um that makes my like boyfriend uncomfortable, then I should not be spending a lot of one-on-one time with him anymore out of respect for my boyfriend because his opinion should matter more to me than like the guy's
a random
opinion.
guy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fair.
exactly.
Actually,
And
that's pretty much a baseline.
yeah, and out of respect for like my boyfriend, I should not become close to like new guys that come into my life. Like if I meet a guy at university and we get along really well, we should not become really close and be spending a lot of one-on-one time together because that's very disrespectful to like my boyfriend, in my opinion. And I expect the same from him. Like imagine if your girlfriend, like halfway through your relationship, suddenly becomes really close to a guy who she just met and she starts like messaging him every day and hanging out like one-on-one frequently. It would feel like cheating, no?
That uh,
Mm,
Like
uh,
because
depends on the circumstance.
like if it's like something where you're just playing tennis and you're just like group activities, I think it's perfectly fine. But
yeah.
getting really close and like tight knit with someone of the gender you are attracted to who isn't your partner while you are in a relationship with them, I feel like that's pretty inappropriate.
I see what you mean. I'm just, and I definitely understand it. I'm just a little bit more, I don't know, willing to give them the benefit of the doubt,
Nah.
is what I want to say. Like, I
Mm,
don't want them to necessarily change their whole life just for a relationship. But I
Uh,
do also get like prioritizing your significant other. That's definitely important.
I see. Yeah.
I don't want them to. I wouldn't want them to lose a chance at a best friend just because they, you know.
For me, it's like if you want to hang out with your best friends, like go for it. Like I honestly don't care. If I'm
Mm,
uncomfortable around your friends, do not make me hang out with your friends. Like
That's
do not
fair.
make your
yeah.
girlfriend hang out with people she is uncomfortable with and do not try and justify it because then you're kind of like diminishing her feelings, right?
That's true.
And
I think if
if
they don't
yeah,
like someone,
yeah,
you
yeah,
definitely leave them out. But if they like someone, I don't think it's like
yeah.
crazy to let them hang out with them.
And then another thing is like if your girlfriend or boyfriend, I like it applies to both genders for me, but if your girlfriend thinks one of your female friends is really into you and she's hitting on you a lot and is uncomfortable specifically about this one friend, not about any other girl in your life. Like maybe you have a bunch of female friends and she specifically does not like this one girl because she thinks that girl isn't respecting like your boundaries as someone who's in a relationship. You believe your girlfriend and you do not like try and reciprocate a lot of actions from that one girl.
Mm.
Because
Mm,
I do believe that sometimes girls are going to sense things that guys don't really notice about
Yeah,
other
and
girls.
then some.
yeah.
Yeah. So if she thinks that girl is into you and has examples and tells you she's uncomfortable with it, you don't have to stop being friends with that girl. Like, you don't need to do that. And your girlfriend is not allowed to tell you, like, hey, stop talking to her, stop contacting her. She's not
Right.
allowed to do that because that's controlling. But you should, like, really take that into consideration and, like, maybe limit how much you're engaging with this girl. And, like, really pay attention to any signs that she's giving off.
Fair enough. I
That's
think
fair.
that's yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
fair.
Same thing, like, if the other way around, like, same thing for, if a boyfriend isn't comfortable with another guy in her life, like, you should also do the same thing as a girl.
Mm,
Goes both ways.
Mm.
right.
Um,
Damn, she really got a lot off her chest
yeah.
there.
So, oh, another thing. So, if you're a guy who has a lot of guy friends, and then you get into a relationship, and then you start getting close to a girl, like outside of the relationship, that's a pretty big red flag. But if you're a guy who has a lot of friends, who has a lot of female friends, sorry, um, then like becoming close to like other girls while you're in a relationship or maintaining friendships with those girls isn't really that big of a problem. It's like things out of the norm that is a pretty big red flag. Does that make
Okay, yeah.
sense?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
definitely get it.
Okay, that's about it for me.
Yeah, that's about
Wow.
it. All right, cool.
All right. Next question, I guess. Is there any one thing that guys want all girls to understand about them?
Oh, is that for guys?
Yeah.
Oh, um,
Uh,
hmm. I don't have anything
I think.
specific.
Oh, my big one would be that a little compliment goes a long way.
Mm.
Oh,
Uh, that'd be my. I If there's one
but
thing that.
that would be like a thing I would want up in private and not like I wouldn't want to tell them and then get a compliment back.
Oh,
Mm,
is this like a one-on-one situation? I thought it was just like a general gender to gender kind of thing.
yeah.
Oh,
It's both. Just
Yeah, and my thing is just like in general, I feel like guys on average get less compliments from girls. For some of them, it's really creepy compliments, but like in general, just the compliment ratio is higher for women. But like, I think just saying like a quick, "Oh, you look nice today," or whatever, it really goes a long way to help boosting a guy's self-esteem. Because
it
like,
does.
um, I don't know, it just guys just get a lot less compliments in general, and it just really helps as a mood boost. Like I'll think about compliments I got like literally years ago, and it'll help me
Mm.
inform decisions I make in the future.
Oh, I don't know about making informed decisions, but
Well,
I
like
do
I'll think of
remember them. I would remember
yeah.
them. Yeah, I do
So
remember them.
that'd be
So,
my
yes.
answer.
Do you guys have an example of a compliment you've received a long time ago that you still remember?
Let's see. I think I wore like a sweater once. Oh no, it was like I had a like a what is it called? Like a fleece jacket,
Yeah.
and someone I talked to said, "Oh, that's a nice jacket," and I literally wore that shit until the sleeves were ripping off, until like the elbows were like ripping off, and like the
Uh,
fibers were starting to show
yeah.
because I just like that jacket so much. Afterwards, I don't know, stuff like that.
What about you, Nick?
I think okay, this is back in high school. I was a neighbor to one of the lower grade students, right? But then she complimented me this one time. I think we were just out. We just both saw each other on the street. She talked about what did she talk? I think it was something simple. It was like something about my hair,
Mm.
and literally made my day.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mm.
it's so easy.
I went home. I was like, wow,
Guys are
great
real
mood
simple.
booster.
Guys are real simple.
Next one.
Oh, I guess it's the other way around.
What
What is the
is
one thing? Oh, sorry, you can go ahead.
okay? What is one thing all guys should understand about girls that they're missing? I can think of one main one. If a girl asks you if you want to get something, they're not actually asking for your opinion. They're telling you, I want to, like, if they're saying, do you want to get ice cream? They're not asking you if you're interested in getting ice cream. They're telling you, I want to get ice cream. And I want you to say yes and go with me to validate my feelings.
Bruh,
I
what
want
is
Oh,
you.
this? What is this
right.
game?
Oh,
What is this
but
mind game?
what if I don't want to get ice cream?
You
No, it doesn't
say
matter,
yes,
apparently.
Oh,
you say yes, and you go with them because they're not asking you if you're interested. They want you to go with them and they
oh,
want to feel validated because you're going with them and being excited about something they're excited about and getting like something they're craving.
Wow.
wow.
Do you know what? Okay, so it goes, would you like to get ice cream? 7 words compared to I want ice cream. Wanna come? Which is 6 words. Damn. So it would actually be shorter to just say, I want to get ice cream. Wanna come? Than playing this whole game. I don't get it.
It's just like it,
I would totally miss it. I
yeah,
would
you know
totally
what?
miss it.
I would
Now
miss.
now you know. Do you want to get this? Do you want to get that? Should like do you want to go to McDonald's? They're not asking you. Just go with them.
I would love to go to
Yeah,
McDonald's.
exactly, Nick. Exactly. And you can go there and be like, you know what? Maybe I'm just craving a Coke and buy something simple.
No,
Doesn't
maybe
matter.
there.
Oh my
I just
god.
want a cup of water.
Yeah, you know
Okay,
what?
so
Perfect. You just go with them. Understood?
the answers are yes and
yes,
absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
cool. All right,
yes, or yes.
good to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I definitely didn't know that.
uh,
Was not.
next one. What are some things
What
that
is?
guys feel insecure about?
I mean, all the superficial stuff,
Mm.
right? I
Penis
think it's
size.
pretty normal. Sure. Yeah. Say it again louder for the people in the back, Nick.
Penis size.
Oh, he
You got close to the mic too.
yeah, things like that. Height, intelligence, how much money they make,
Wow.
uh, their
Yeah, yeah,
abilities, bedroom skills,
yeah.
hygiene, hairstyle, fashion,
Hair.
just literally almost
Yeah.
anything you could think about.
Hmm.
How much they work out, where their life is going, how cool they seem, do they have good photos, is there this, that, anything. Yeah. Oh, I guess if you want to go deeper, um, I feel like guys are insecure about being like emotional or like emotionally available.
Oh yeah, what's up with that?
It's just like a hardwired. It's not a hardwired thing. It's like this thing that you have to be like tougher.
Mm,
That like I mean, like the archaic way is that guys are supposed to like take care of the girl or whatever, and to do that, you can't really show emotion. You have to be just stoic at all times, and stuff like that. Obviously that's kind of changed now, and it's getting more and more acceptable to get away from that. But I think there's still a sense of like, oh, you want to seem tough, like you want to seem strong at all times, so you never want to be like super out there with your emotions and whatever. But yeah, that's I think probably something guys are a little bit more insecure about, like just actually saying like what they're feeling or their thoughts and stuff like that. Yeah,
yeah.
Mm,
I think
crazy.
you just keep more things to yourself,
Oh yeah,
these guys.
see.
just let that shit implode at like age 50,
Yeah.
like a healthy person.
Midlife crisis.
Why not?
Y'all need
Perfect time.
therapists,
Some
man.
people even like to do it at 25, what people like to call a quarter life crisis. Speed run that shit. So yeah, that'd be the quick rundown of things guys feel insecure about.
Eh.
Oh my god. Yes, I don't know. I got this off the internet. This is not my question, but it kind of is. Apparently, a fart can get sucked back up into the vagina. Like how? And what does that even feel like?
Uh, no.
Oh, I've been lied to.
Oh,
What?
looked it up on the internet. The internet lies to you.
You can't suck up a fart from your butt into your vagina. That does not happen. It does not work like that.
I've been played. I've been had. I've been bedoofed.
I do know you can get air inside your vagina and then you have like vaginal farts. I don't know what it's called. It's like
Is that just
queefing?
a queef?
Yeah. That is a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
But you
Well,
can't take
Oh,
gas from your butt and then move it into your vagina and then let it back out.
okay. Well, there we go. That's the quick and unfortunately less entertaining answer.
Yes.
Although it does make me look stupid, which feels like a that's its own segment at this point on this show.
Alright,
All right. What is the worst thing about being a guy? Oh my
uh,
god, look at all these eggshells under my feet.
I
Damn.
like being a guy. You know what?
What is the worst thing? Maybe it's the emotion thing.
Mm.
But obviously that pales in comparison to, the other way.
Yeah, I think I like being a guy. I don't think there's anything.
I think there are a lot of advantages, and none of the ones I can think of aren't superficial.
Yep.
Like
Yup,
things like, oh my god, I have to make the first move. Like, is that really such a bad issue? Right?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Maybe the expectation to be super successful, when
Mm.
that's really not realistic
Mhm.
for everybody. Things like that. But in general, yeah, I don't want to complain. I
I
could,
think
but I probably
guys
shouldn't.
have it better. So
Oh, by far.
yeah.
Alright.
Sorry.
How do you tell if a girl is into you if they're not being obvious? What are some subtle signals?
Let me just pull out my notebook here, and let me get a pencil
Yeah. So
ready. And
when
I'll
a girl
just...
compliments you, is it like just a compliment?
Are they Canadian?
Are they flirting? Like how do you know?
Well, okay. Do you know this girl? If you don't and they're complimenting you and they're trying to engage in a long conversation, they're probably into you. If it's from a friend, no, they're probably not into you.
You're speaking too fast for me to type all these down.
What are some subtle
I see.
signals? I guess lots of attention and consistent subtle signals that are directed specifically towards you and not to any other guy.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to be more specific, Fred.
More specific?
Because literally, I don't know where this is going. I don't know.
Well, behind the scenes, we'll know if our friend is interested in someone because that's all they can talk about. So if you can I guess something you could do is message their friends and say like, "Hey, I'm interested in this girl, and I'm wondering if you know she's interested in me," and find out like backdoor way.
Fair enough.
Ah,
Well, this
Mm,
is. I know like the common ones are like, oh my god, they tuck their hair behind their ears, or they like stare at you. But those are like ones in like music videos or TV.
oh,
yeah,
wait,
those are
wait.
like I
Okay,
can't I don't even know if they're realistic. Are they realistic?
not really. Sometimes, your hair's in the way, so you just want to tuck it back, or maybe you have a like, really bad hair day, you just want to like pull it back. So
Damn.
I wouldn't say the hair thing is a big signal, but I know some girls, if they're interested in a guy, they'll
Yeah.
be so like self-conscious about themselves that they won't really like look at that guy or like trying to hold eye contact, stuff like that, because they'll be so nervous around him that they can't like function normally.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn it! I can't
Okay,
use
so when girls make
superficial tells.
so when girls stare at me for hours on end, they're not interested.
Probably not.
Yeah. Oh
I
well.
don't know. Some girls are pretty good at eye contact though, so it's not like a universal thing.
No, I'm joking.
But like if you notice a girl is like pretty friendly with everyone else, but then like with you, they're afraid, like they're pretty nervous and they're afraid to make eye contact and stuff like that. One,
Mm,
either you like make them feel extremely uncomfortable, or two, they have a crush on you.
wow. That's
Oh,
a real dangerous line.
Yeah, it's 50-50, you know?
Yeah. One
yeah,
gets you home and one gets you with a drink in your face.
Yeah.
Or mace. Or, pretty much anything else.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
okay. Well, yeah,
I've
good to
learned
know it's a
almost nothing.
50-50.
Just
Yeah,
ask their
okay.
friend. That's the easiest way, I think.
Yeah. Dude, literally, I was at McDonald's yesterday, and this was got taken to the extreme. Like, this guy was talking to these three girls, and his friend came over, and live, he asked her friend, does she like him?
Oh.
So,
Oh no, you don't know.
Oh,
You gotta do it discreetly,
oh, that doesn't work?
uh-oh.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
If you do it discreetly, it can sort of act as like a compliment towards the girl behind her back, which can be like a green flag.
Wow. So, her
Huh.
nervously walking out of the McDonald's wasn't a good sign? Oh, that's crazy. Man,
Yeah.
now I'll never know if they got together. Oh well.
Just to clarify, what I say is not facts. It's just my personal opinion.
Okay. I'm
All right.
sure our millions of listeners will give us the best advice.
Next one.
Yes.
Do guys prefer to keep their relationship private or do they like to show off slash be shown off? Uh,
Hmm.
I think I prefer to keep my relationships private
I think
for the
something
most
in
part.
between.
Yeah, I'd like.
Yeah, I'll let my friends know. Like if people
Oh,
ask, sure.
oh yeah, but I like if you're talking about like Instagram people who like show off their relationship, I don't really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm all for celebrating like the milestones, like oh the 1 year, the happy girlfriend day, happy boyfriend day, happy couple day, happy relationship day, happy monogamy day, happy polygamy day, happy this that day, all
Okay,
that.
that's a lot of
Wow.
days. That's a lot of days, my guy.
But like all that stuff, sure, like you could post a photo or something, but in general, like yeah, keep it private, I'd say.
Yeah.
You know what I think is a red flag? When guys in relationships are secretive about their girlfriend. Like if they're hanging out with their girlfriend and they're like when they talk to their guy friends, they don't actually say it and they're like, "Oh, I'm going out to shop or something." Instead of saying, "I'm going out with my girlfriend." I feel like that's a red flag.
Oh, yeah, I feel
Oh,
I feel like if it's early, that's fine.
depends.
But
Yeah, it depends
obviously,
on
like
uh how far
the
they are into
Yeah.
it.
deep into it,
Yeah.
honestly, you don't even say I'm going with my girlfriend. Just say their name. You should
Yeah.
be on a first name basis by that point. I'm going out
Yeah.
with blank.
Like if you're scared to acknowledge that you're with them, that's a pretty red flag
Yeah,
to me.
that's weird. Yeah, don't do
Next
that.
one.
How did it feel when girls matured earlier than guys in middle or secondary school?
What are you talking about, man? We're so mature.
Being physically matured,
Like
right?
physically mature, grow in height.
My experience is pretty weird, not gonna lie. I don't know how other girls took it though. For me, it was hella weird because one, my hormones just went out of whack and I had the worst skin problems like you could possibly think of. I had terrible
Mm,
skin problems. I
Mhm.
had terrible mood swings, and it felt super weird when like your chest starts to become squishy. That's a pretty weird thing too. Like, because like it happens really slowly, like when you grow your boobs.
Sure.
So some days you just don't really know like if they're growing or if it's just, it's just in your
Oh.
head. And then another thing is period. The day you get your period is horrifying. Because it's not
Mm.
really something that people train you to be prepared with. Like, I remember for me, I was in bed reading manga or something, and then like I got up to go eat food, and then there's just a pool of blood on my bed, and I
Oh.
was just like, oh,
Oh.
oh, oh,
Oh,
Oh.
oh.
oh,
Yeah. That was pretty horrifying. And then the disappointment when your height doesn't really change all that much over the years and it stagnates, that's also a pretty big blow to your ego. Uh,
mm.
yeah.
Okay, I think that's like depends on the person.
Like once you get your period at what, 13, 14 years old, you don't really grow anymore. Did you
Oh,
guys know that?
I didn't know that.
Can't
Yeah.
say I did.
So it's
Yeah.
like you start bleeding out, you're losing blood, you stop growing, you have skin problems, acne problems, hormone problems. It's not fun.
Wow,
Wow.
Oh
that was
yeah,
not
and then
poetic at all.
some people start getting like period cramps and stuff, and they start learning what stomach pain is, and that's also not fun.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys don't really deal with any of that.
Yeah. Don't have stomach problems. I mean, our
We're just.
voice drops.
I don't even remember my voice dropping. I don't even remember what my voice sounded like before this.
I think my voice was even higher.
Well, it's not like my voice is that deep now.
It's not. My voice is, yeah, on the higher
I
end, I
remember
think.
being shorter than I am today. I'm not gonna say tall. Let's be real. Yeah, I don't know. But honestly, I think it's probably for the best that girls matured better than guys earlier than guys do.
Hmm.
Who's to say?
I don't know.
All right, next one. Do you measure the length of your penis? Does it like do you compare the lengths with your friends?
Oh, I was wondering what it was. That's crazy.
I
Um,
have measured it
I
before
have to. I
with a
imagine everybody
ruler.
does. I
Yeah.
don't compare it with my friends. In
Yeah.
fact, if this wasn't a question, I would never have said this out loud. I mean, if people asked, I would have told
Yeah,
them.
I
But
mean, I don't really mind telling them, but I don't think anyone has ever asked.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's such a big thing in like society, right? Like, what is the size and everything. So you just look at the average, take a
Yeah, you
ruler,
look up the average, you see whether you're the average, see whether you're big or small.
be happy or
And
sad or in
then yeah,
between.
and then move on.
Yeah, don't compare with your friends. That's real
Yeah.
weird.
Next one.
Oh, I guess it's the other way around. Does size matter?
I heard that the G spot for girls is like 3 inches into the vagina or something. So like if you can stimulate it properly, then size doesn't really matter.
3 inches that big? I
Three
mean, what?
inches.
Inside, like deep.
Oh my god, that's so
So
long.
I've heard that like you don't actually need to have like a lot of length in order to be able to please your girlfriend
Fair
or
enough.
wife or partner, whatever. It's more about technique. Um,
Skill issue.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I feel like it'd be actually really inconvenient the other way around.
I think it's
Like
too
having,
big.
like if it's too big. I feel like that'd
Yeah.
be really an
Yeah,
inconvenience
I don't.
It'd probably be pretty painful.
for, and
I
probably
think
be
if it's
pretty
too big,
unstimulating
it
for the
looks nice
guy.
to look at, but like not
It would be,
in
but it would also
practice.
be so uncomfortable. Like think of all the non-sexual context for it. Like just if you get a boner or like you have morning wood, it's just like a whop. Like it's just so not safe for work, I guess. And you can't walk in the streets. You have to tape it to your leg. I mean, what? Okay, never mind.
I
No
mean,
one has
not something I would know. So here we
yeah,
go.
I feel like it's just it's not a good time.
Alright.
Anything else? Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
random woman. Hello. A picture is worth 1,000 words.
Wow, our slide we didn't delete. Okay. Oh, I don't think so. Do you guys have any questions?
No, I think we've covered
Mm,
a lot of ground.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
I guess this is the end of our episode.
All right. Thanks for
Yeah.
listening, everybody. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more of this lack of pineapple cake content.
the inconsistent content.
Yeah, we will
Yeah.
see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hope you learned something. Bye bye.